Wait, so
Never.
what part of Florida are you in?
I'm in Coconut Creek, which is
Oh,
it's near Margate or Pompano Beach.
oh, so you right, man? I'll be at the beach almost every day.
Yeah, Pompano Beach is 20 minutes away. Miami and all that is like 45 minutes to, traffic, which traffic is crazy down here
Oh
now.
yeah, because we was in Miami what last month?
Oh yeah, yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Word.
yeah, we
Yeah,
was out
that's
there.
what happened.
Yeah, we did a little sightseeing. I was like, and then we had to hop on the ship. So
That's what I saw. And I was like, because you put up that you was in Miami and I hit you with the eyes because I'm like, all right, maybe I can go. I told you that the other time. I was like, maybe I can go meet him for like lunch or something like that. Whatever. Next thing I know, your next picture was you on a ship. And I'm like, and I just said, all right, man, fuck it then. Because I
no,
just go down there,
next
we
time
done
I
messed
come
it
down,
up. All right, cool.
to Florida, I'll make it my presence to make sure I'll be in your area.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I definitely could do that because I mean it's only an hour flight, ain't nothing.
Look at him. Wealth.
It's
Well,
not wealth. This nigga don't understand that he can be traveling like us.
Look like us. Check out Kev. Nigga don't travel like him.
Dre,
I stopped. I used to travel every year.
I work 2 jobs. I'm busting my ass.
I work no jobs.
What?
Look, you ain't know how to answer that one, did you?
There,
What?
you deserve to be the position you in, nigga. You ain't deserving to go nowhere.
My wife wants me to go back to my original company, and I don't want to, but at this point, I'm kind of like, I kind of might have to for now. I do not want to, even if
I
my
mean,
old boss is watching. I don't want to,
so what do you
but
actually want to do is the question.
What we doing right now?
I want to do more. I want to do more like creation and production, and I put a lot of jobs. I actually just got a rejection letter that the first one I've ever put in. I got a rejection letter the other day. It was for ESPN to be a podcast producer.
Okay.
So I got the rejection letter finally the other day after not hearing from him. I'm like, all right, but that shit, I just think that I may have misjudged, which is fine. I'll take that. I'll take that on the chin. I may have misjudged how I could transition.
You gotta have some college background, dog. That really probably
Yeah,
selected a dude
they
that
be
has
looking
some.
for the degrees and stuff like that, and they be
It depends. If you
looking.
have equal work experience
Yeah.
also, and that's also that goes into how you write your resume, which maybe I'm not the best at writing resumes, but I might have to get in through another way as far as like through another position, but you got to be creative. So the point is the money doesn't support that way of, oh, I'll just figure it out as I go. I need money while I'm doing that shit. So
Yeah, so I mean, you can go back for a time being until always something come through.
yeah, I hate it though, but I will. I think I'm gonna have to for now.
Yeah,
I
so
guess that.
you can at least take
Like
a cruise.
That's what I'm saying. If I want to live like you, I got to, dog.
It's all right. It's okay to go back to a toxic relationship.
Yo, look. That's our topic for the day. But yo, you're right. That's a toxic fucking relationship. That is a
And it doesn't always have to necessarily that you have to be with someone being toxic. It could be your job. It could be the way you're living could be toxic. It could be your friends in toxic relationships. It could be family. It all depends of how you categorize as a toxic relationship. And everybody's been in a toxic relationship.
That's
So
right.
We all have. So
we all have been there in a toxic relationship. So
shit. Listen,
I've been in toxic friendships before too.
yeah, you have.
No, I'm not playing.
Nah.
You
Explain.
got toxic friendship too as well. You be thinking they like your best friends, and the next thing you know, they hating on you because you doing this, that, and the third and stuff like that. And then you be like, dog, I thought you supposed to be having my back, my supporter. Knowing they stab you in the back the whole time. So yeah, friends, they can be like this sometimes.
Friends can be the ones. Sometimes you just gotta let that friendship go, which we'll get into that theme also. We gotta let that friendship go. That's just doing what's best for you.
So how we gonna start? So how we gonna start this off?
I thought we did.
We did start it off, but let's get into. We're gonna do.
Stop being so rigid, bro. Come
all right,
on.
cool. We're gonna hit all three of these shit. So let's hit the first one, the first nail in the head, because everybody think relationship, they think of your significant other.
Well, what's the three? Because I know we got cheating.
No.
Oh, well, what are you talking about?
Your
Wait,
three,
you
you
talking
got
about
relationship.
Relationship?
That's toxic relationship, Dre. I'm talking about you got your significant other, your friends, your family, and your job. Maybe four. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, maybe four. So
Four.
I do the first one off the rep. Everybody want to talk about their significant other, like being in that fucking horrible shit. Like everybody's been there. I know I've been there.
Got
Yeah.
one now. She fucking bullies me. You see, just walking around. When have you been in a toxic friendship? Yo, why you just I got a real life troll. Like she be trolling the shit out of me for no fucking reason.
So all right, so fuck it. We gonna talk. Your wife just busting the room and shit. Like she said, you had. When did you have a toxic friendship? We just gonna do whatever we want today.
Oh, yeah.
When the fuck? Like explain your toxic friendship, dog, that you had. Like
You,
what was the shit that was going down?
you got toxic friendships when, and not all of them need to be, not all of them. I think you need to deal with certain people certain ways. You know what I'm saying? Some
Mhm.
people, they don't, they're not self-aware, right? And that kind of always gets under my skin because a person who's not self-aware always wants to take up your time. You know what I'm saying? They want to take up your time. They don't really have any value for your time. You know what I mean? But if you like so let me explain when I say that.
Say the nigga name.
I always I always call you with my problems or whatever.
Yeah.
And then if I have a problem, I can't call you. You're either too busy, you're either not giving me the proper the proper ear that I need, or or you just flat out don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? There's people out there like that too. So I've been in situations like that where it's like it's very one-sided, is what I say is toxic about it. It's very one-sided.
So I wouldn't say that so much as toxic as a relationship, friendship wise. I'd say that's more neglection, in regards to that, because a toxic relationship in regards of friendship is basically when you have a friend, and I mean, in situation, for instance, for mine, I had a friend. I think it was like 2019. I was doing a birthday cruise. You know, the big birthday cruise where I had everybody came on there and stuff. No, okay. Um,
uh,
but I was having all my friends, Aunt Linda came, she
yeah.
surprised and stuff like that. But I just had this one friend that just kept pissing me off. Like we kept arguing about everything. And it's just like it's my birthday. I mean, I just wanted everybody to have a birthday shirt, color blue, which is my favorite color. No, why do we have to do that? We don't have it's not your birthday. Then they want to complain because I'm trying to put everybody in a room and stuff like that, and I'm just saying, hey, this is how much it is. This is if you want to be in a room, or if the price you don't want to be in a room. Why is it so much? I'm not the owner of this shit. Ask them. At this point, we're arguing about that. And then it's just like we're arguing about, what excursions we may do or anything like that. I don't want to do that. That's fine by me. We're steady arguing for no reason. And it's like petty. I'm like, all right, now this is starting to get real petty. You act like we're in a relationship when we're not. And this is like getting real toxic because it's just like at this point, what else do you want from me? And it's just like we're going back and forth, and then when we get to the cruise, all hell breaks loose.
Mm.
Nobody, she doesn't like anybody. She doesn't like my best friend, and she's like, "Well, I'm your friend too, and I should be treated this way." And I'm just like, "Come on now, like seriously." And it's like it's a lead up to it, and even before that, we were arguing about dumb stuff. And it's just like, come on now. Why are we arguing? We supposed to be friends. We supposed to be supporting each other. We supposed to, talk about our issues. I can come to you, you can come to me, and we just cool. But we don't have to argue about every single thing. It's just like a relationship. Like, why are we arguing?
You ever watch the show Lost?
No, I haven't watched that one.
Okay, whereas people deserted on the island, it winds up being a whole bunch of crazy shit that happened. Point being, I'd have left her ass on a motherfucking island somewhere and cruise the fuck away. And yo, you figure out your own way back. That's the ultimate. That's the ultimate shit right there. You figure out your own way back.
Bitch, the ship leaves at 5, but it really leaves at 4.
Mm-hmm.
Go get that from me. I need a pineapple. We can make up our friendship. Bitch, be chasing the boat now. Like, what the fuck?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's just like it's stupid. I shouldn't have to argue with you. Why am I arguing with you for? What are we arguing for? What's the point?
Can I ask you,
Huh?
real quick? I want you to finish. Can I ask you? Are you still friends with that person?
Nope.
Yeah. Okay. Gotcha.
No. I check up the deuces. I don't got time for that.
Smart.
It seemed like that. It seemed like she was on some motherfucking hating shit. Like nigga, you mad that you ain't got this many people to show up for you for your birthday, or
Thank
you
you.
can't throw something like this because you ain't got the fucking money or funds to throw like this. Is like, because people hate on the low that be your friend and you don't know they're hating,
Yeah.
but they always got this little chitter chatter like a little
Man.
fucking dog gapping in your ear because they just on the low, they just hating.
And I'm like, I ain't got all the money in the world, but I'm just saying I planned enough. I started. Dre looking like
I'm a hater.
Dre's a natural hater. He hates in his
I
blood.
mean, it's just like I ain't got all the money in the world, but I mean, I plan strategically, and just be able to do the certain things that I want to do and stuff like that. So I mean, it's just like, come on now, just come and just enjoy and have fun.
I'll go deeper. That person is a selfish person who wanted not only for it to be about them, they wanted you to give them all the attention as well. So they were thirsty for your attention, you know what I mean? And they were selfish in the fact that, nah, why you worried about that? Do this with me because I want to do it. We all know people like that too. That you have your plans and they like, yeah, now let's do this. Kev had a friend a long time ago who hijacked my birthday the same way.
Who was that?
Who was
Me?
that?
Yeah,
My friend?
yes.
What the fuck? What birthday was this?
I forget how old I might have been turning 30. I don't know. But they hijacked the shit out of my birthday. It was like, nah, I know some people down there. Let's go down there to meet them. And then we wound up going down there and then we ain't do shit. It was like Atlantic City. Raheem wasn't even down there, I don't think, at that point.
Oh,
like he wasn't working there or nothing. So we couldn't go see Raheem at the time.
Who was a person?
Oh, so
we say name?
So you talking about when I was back working at Caesars?
This was after that.
Oh,
Yeah, you was already gone. It was already
okay.
gone.
It's like what? Just like 10.
It was a girl. It was a girl, but I ain't want to say that.
Oh,
yeah, we was going to do something else. Tall chick. Yeah, she was like, let's meet my friends down at AC. And then like I don't even think the friends showed up, and we was just like,
I remember the night she swung on me, right?
No,
she swung on you.
No, whoever you're talking about, that is not what I'm talking about, bro. What the fuck you got going on?
I'm trying to think who was the chick.
Doesn't
Just
matter.
say the fucking name. I don't care.
I don't fucking remember her name.
I knew her. She was with me.
She was with you, nigga. We went to Texas Roadhouse down in I think not Egg Harbor. It was like near whatever. We went to Texas Roadhouse and she was like, yeah, because I know people down in Atlantic City and we're gonna go meet them. And that was what we turned out to do. I had my girl with me.
You might want to ask. You might want to ask your wife and see.
No, it's probably my ex. It's probably one of my exes.
Somebody we don't, bro. She wasn't important. Like in the long run with Kev, she wasn't important. She wasn't one of the top 5.
Oh, so she was toxic.
she was just probably somebody was just knocking off and like I don't know why. That's the thing. You can't bring friends into your fucking like. I got a core group of. I got my family and then I got my Dre. I think you're like really my core friend. Like you. Yeah. You, that's it. And then I got niggas out.
You stole me from Raheem.
I didn't steal you from Raheem.
Yeah, pretty much. I was like, yeah, this is my new friend Dre. He just moved from Philly. All right, bring him over here. This is my friend now. I said, oh.
Yo, he's toxic. That wasn't toxic. Y'all niggas said? It was me and Kev. I never forget it. Y'all was in there playing Nintendo 64. And you was like, yo, this is my friend Dre. And me and Kev, we was always on some bullshit. We was always into something. I said, all right, what's up? What's good? Your name Dre? Boom. It walked off. And I don't know how this nigga, he came one of my best friends, but it was like, all right, Raheem, we always at this house. Like, those were the days, dog. Like the Bob Evan days and shit. But that was our crew of friends. Like, who was it? I hate the name drop, but Khalif was out there.
Khalif, and especially when we went, what was that strip club we went to for my 19th birthday?
Yeah. With Keisha went there that time.
Wait, what was the strip club called?
The one with Keisha went with there, and KB put a stripper on Keisha's lap, and it was like, she was like, "Nah, I'm not feeling this shit."
Man,
no, she was definitely feeling it. I don't know what the
That's when they put me up on the stage when I looked at the dog back then.
Yes, we did put you up on the stage.
Yeah, we paid for that nigga to go up on the stage. They called his name out of nowhere. They was like, Raheem Robinson.
I said, what? They said Snoop Dogg on the stage. I had a bruise on my chest. She slapped me and stuff. I had to pour peroxide on my face.
What was the strip club called?
That was what was that strip club called?
It was down the street from Dave and Buster's in that little alleyway
Show and
right over
tell.
there.
Show and tell.
Show and
Show and
tell.
tell. Yeah,
Show and
that's what it
tell.
was.
But
Yo, you definitely got to. They put a chair on the stage. I remember that
And
shit.
handcuffs. And they put me in handcuffs. I said, oh. And then she came all the way up to the top and slammed me on the bottom. I said, yo, I was only like 100 pounds, maybe 150 wet, but that was about it.
But you had fun. Yo, we had fun.
But think of all the friends we I guess we all went our separate ways because
they died, nigga. We
didn't lose it, but we just like we all went our. I think it was who was it? It was us right here. KB, Keisha,
name drop. Go ahead. Nelly,
Chanda, and we had Colin Khalif.
Colin Khalif.
We had Colin Khalif, and we had Crystal.
Crystal.
Crystal. Yeah, we had Crystal. It's just that we all became adults. We all had our lives and family and stuff like that, and everybody just, we ain't grow apart because we still on Facebook and all together, but it's just like, we became adults.
Yeah. That's crazy when you think about it, man. Like all the stuff we used to actually do, and now don't nobody do shit for real.
I don't know about y'all.
You still present company included. I didn't want to say it again. Present company included. Nobody else do nothing.
I think I was the only nigga in a relationship at that time. Who the fuck was I with that time?
You hear him?
Yeah, I was.
Who was I with?
Who was you? You was with
a bunch of girls.
Kiara mom.
Yeah, that was a toxic.
No, that was it. Oh, that was toxic, but you wasn't with her them times when we was all hanging out.
No,
I was with her because Kiara was just Kiara was not even born.
I remember that time, Kevin. Even back then, me and Kev got into it because I forgot her name. What's her name?
Helena.
Helena, I'm sorry if you look.
This nigga was running across the street with my baby mom. I never forget this. To go to work. You and Helena. And she tripped and fell with Kiara in her stomach. Yes, it hit the curb. That's why we got to
No, because she was about to fight somebody at the park. You got mad at me.
Yeah.
And I tried to calm her down and sit in. I'm like, well, what you want me to do?
She was pregnant with my daughter at the time.
I tried to grab her and snatch her, and then her brother at the time wanted to be a whole asshole. Excuse my language. But it was just like, I'm trying to hold everybody back. I'm only 90 pounds. This motherfucker like 7 feet tall and stuff like that. And I said, well, then here comes Kevin. You supposed to watch her. That's your girl.
You supposed to watch her. You supposed to watch her. What?
We was arguing, but that was a horrible relationship, dog. I remember it was times. I'm gonna tell you how toxic this fucking relationship was. Like she knew she was pregnant with Kiara at the time. And Kev had came and got me. This we used to play ball at school 3. I had my shirt off. I had my shirt on my shoulder. And she was, all I remember walking down the street, I hear somebody hollering at the window. I turn around, it's her. She was like, you don't put your fucking shirt on, you son of a bitch. I'm going to fucking leave you and you'll never see your fucking kid again.
Should have told her, done.
Bro, I couldn't do nothing. My daughter wasn't even born yet. So my kid, I didn't even know I was having a girl. She was just pregnant. I just looked back. I threw my shit on like, God damn, like I couldn't go nowhere. Like every time I would try to go somewhere, she would throw my kid up in my face. And when I come in the crib, I'd be pissed, like miserable. And this bitch would just hold.
But that's what a lot of women do to men. And that's what holds on. That's toxic as shit.
Yes.
And a lot of women need to realize that breaks a person down when they be trying to hold you from you. And especially we was young at that age.
Hell
too.
yeah.
We was young as hell.
19, like nigga, you was like, nigga, I was at when you live with your dad, I was at your dad crib with y'all two every single day. But this bitch would get mad every single time. I wasn't even doing nothing. And she was like blocked. And when she would do this shit, I'd be in the crib miserable, and this bitch be in there laughing, holding me like laughing like you mad.
That is diabolical.
Yeah, when she would have dropped that bitch, I'd probably chin checked her.
That's why I don't talk to her now. Like, bro, I remember one time. This is like this is the depressing. This is a fucked up and depressing story, but I'm gonna tell this shit.
Give it to us.
I was stressed out. This bitch was fighting me, scratching me up, and everything. Called me. She's pregnant with my daughter. And I remember I was like so depressed. I was throwing up. I would start throwing up, and I start throwing blood up. And my mom got nervous, so she called the paramedics and shit. So as I'm getting took out on the fucking stretcher because I'm stressed the fuck out, this bitch is laughing at me as I'm getting put in the fucking ambulance, just laughing at me.
Wow.
Never forgot that shit. Like I had after I got released from the hospital, they gave me depression medicine and everything. I was
I
taking.
remember you was on depression medicine because I remember I Linda, she talked to me. She was like, try to talk to your cousin and stuff. And I said, well, he's stressed out about it when she told me. But she ain't tell me that far extent of all that what you just said. So this is the first time I'm actually hearing it.
Yeah.
But I know you said, you was depressed and you was on antidepressant medicine and stuff. I was like, nah, not kid.
Nah, bro.
Right.
She had word is born, cuz they took me out. I never forget it. I was throwing up blood. My mom seen the blood in the toilet, so she called the paramedics. And the paramedics doing everything. I was stressed, fuck. I was crying. I was just fucking going through it. Next thing I know, like as they put me on the stretcher, this bitch is just laughed like it was the funniest thing in the world. My mom was pissed. But my
That's
mom ain't want to throw her out because she had her future
Heck yeah.
granddaughter in her belly.
Yep.
Bro, after that, I turned to a complete fucking savage after that, dog. Like, women don't understand. Like, men become savages for a fucking reason. We just don't turn into a savage for no
Yeah.
reason. But
You don't have my best interest.
nah, that was a horrible relationship. I remember arguing with Raheem. And this is my favorite cousin. You don't understand. Like, me and Raheem, I've been Raheem through every fucking thing. We done lived together at my grandparents' house. You know what I'm saying? I used to stay at his mother's house just for this nigga, him and Callie, the whole fucking summer. And I'm arguing with this nigga because of this fucked up ass relationship I was in with this fucking girl. Like, yo, word is born. Like, my mom used to get mad. My mom would see me with scratch marks on my neck, on my arm. Like, literally, my t-shirt be all ripped up because I'm trying to fight. I ain't punching bitch. I'm just trying to keep her the fuck off of me.
Mm-hmm.
Dog, it was the worst fucking time ever, dog. Like that shit was fucking miserable, man.
Yeah, especially at that age, we ain't get to really, as far as you being a fatherhood, as I'm blessed for Kiera. I was talking to her the other day too, and try to keep her focused and stuff like that. I always talk to her. I'm like, girl, you don't finish that schoolwork. I'll tell you that.
You're a godfather, ain't you?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's a godfather. As
I
I said,
always
it's
talk to her. She called me and she'll FaceTime me and stuff like that. I talk to her. But it's just like at that age, 19, going through that traumatized and all that toxic and stuff like that. And it's just like it's a mental thing. That's a mental thing that sticks with you. And it just like that right there, going at it at a young age, yeah, of course you're gonna retaliate when you get into another relationship at that age because you ain't even fully, got to. I mean, you went out and party and stuff like that, but
yeah,
you ain't experienced, being not a father during your 20s and stuff like that. Because
yeah.
it just the kids kept coming after that.
I was gonna say, yo, listen, if he wouldn't have had no kids, then once he would have started partying, he would have made them anyway. Like
Yeah.
Nah, bro. Like,
you
yo,
know what this dude do.
real shit. Like, if I went at
He
Kiera,
off
like,
everywhere he go.
where's bone? If I didn't have my daughter, I had a plan. Like, after I graduated high school, I was moving to California. Regardless, I was out. I was gonna move to Cali. I had
Really?
I wanted to go to Cali so bad. So I kept telling myself,
What did you want
I
to do out in Cali? Tell us more.
I didn't know what I wanted to do out in Cali at the time, but I know I didn't want to be in Jersey no more, and
Mm.
I wanted to be in California. You just seen the sunshine, and I'm like, damn, there's so much opportunity out there. Is like everybody seems happy. Like I'm getting out of Jersey. I just want to go to Cali. But when I had my daughter, it was like that shit went out the fucking windows. Like, yo, I can't move to Cali no more. Like all those dreams. Like, I was just gonna save up money, buy a ticket, and figure that shit out when I got the fuck out there. Like, I just didn't want to be in Jersey no more. I don't know why California. That's like on the other side of the map.
I still want to go.
Me
Yeah,
too.
but I was just in, like I said, I was in some bullshit. Like I got pregnant. I got a girl pregnant. I ain't going fraud. Like the reason she acted like that when we was young is because I cheated on her.
How old were you, by the way? Just put that into perspective real quick.
I was 18 and I was 18 as my senior year in high school.
There you
Like
go.
I had a chick, listen, this is literally how this shit happened. I had a chick come over. I was ducking the whole time.
Was it that girl from high school? Oh, what's her
Don't
name?
name her name, nigga.
I can't name her name. I ain't gonna name her name because I don't.
You know
I
who
don't
she is,
know
though.
her.
She from man. You know who she is.
That's the same girl.
Light skinned Jones, nigga.
Yeah.
Everybody in the hood knew who she was.
Yeah.
Everybody in the hood knew who she was.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, get what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah, I know you talking.
And I ain't
Yeah.
even know her, by the way. And I know who
Yeah, yeah. So I had told the chick to get out the crib. I was like, she came over.
these hoes.
She came over unexpectedly. So when she came in the crib, I immediately like she wanted, let's go upstairs in your room. I said, nah, let's go in the living room. We're gonna sit down here, we're gonna chill. So I never forget this shit. I said, let's chill down here. We talking, rapping, I said, yo, I don't know why I didn't even do homework at this time. I was like, yo, I got some social study homework I gotta do. Like, you gotta go home. I gotta get this shit done.
Studies. I know you lying off that anyway.
Dog, I really had social study homework. So I went upstairs, dog. I went upstairs, closed, like she left. I went upstairs, threw the book on the bed, laid on the bed, looked at the book like, I really gotta do this dumb shit. Like, I did not want to do this homework. Next thing you know, the chick comes in the room.
Oh, you already know what that's about to be.
Yeah. You gonna be hitting me with
that's going.
So
you know that's going to happen.
Yeah,
that was another fucking toxic relationship. So she hit me with she was like, damn, I haven't shaved in a couple of days. It hit me, showed me her shit. Her pussy was like, is it hairy? I said, I don't know. It looks clean to me. She was like,
all it takes to get Kev in the bed.
she was like, give me your hair. I gave her my hair and she rubbed it. Did you feel the stubs on my pussy? I said, yo, it's bug.
Like you going like let me just finish the social study. Oh, you got a bald head. All right, cool.
She definitely took advantage of you, dog. She took advantage of you, bro.
But
it was no taking advantage. You already know what's going to happen. You know who she was. You know what she was about. So it's just like
it just
you might as well just took out your math and social studies at the same time and had that shit all up together.
But yo, that was a bad one too because
she was toxic too when you was talking to her.
Oh yeah, she was, dog. She was not healthy for me at all, dog. Like she wasn't healthy, and not like everybody thinks toxic relationship is like it is bad thing, but they think it's like negative effect on like they're fucking holding you back. The toxic part with her was like it was like, yo, we just having sex. Like I got a whole girl. You don't mind being this fucking side chick. And you just want this relationship to go, but it's like I can't tell nobody. It was like, yo, it was just a fucked up situation. I'm in high school.
Some people prefer it.
Yeah.
But dog, it was just crazy. Like I'm trying
to still prefer it.
I don't even understand like why I'm like trying to be so loyal in high school, but I guess
you're a loyal dude, bro. That's just,
we was young at that age, and that at that time, we ain't know no better.
You think it's right?
So did y'all ever have like a fucked up like I know you have, right? You told me a few, but have you ever had like a toxic like relationship that you was in that just fucking bad?
So I guess I could tell y'all this. I went through a lot when I was in Jersey.
Oh shit.
Before I even moved down to Atlanta, I was in a toxic relationship, and for the simple fact, I never told anyone. I just dealt with it. I think maybe like Day and just like my immediate friends just knew, and I was it was going on for 5 years too. That's the bad part.
I thought it was all good too. That's crazy.
The bad part, and it's like at the time I didn't feel comfortable coming to y'all because y'all my family and stuff and telling about it because y'all probably would have whooped their ass at that point. Probably would have beat their ass because it was at a point where I was being cheated on a lot, lied a lot, and just being disrespected to the point just like that ain't me. I'll be right. And I was taking it, and it was just like, well, damn, I don't feel like I'm a good enough person. I moved to Delaware to, try to get away from the situation. That's why I moved to my dad's house.
Oh.
And, because we were fighting in front of my mom's house. And I don't know if Calvin ever told you, because I was just like, dang, you just coming here, you just disrespecting me. You got people coming up to my face, and I'm sitting there fighting in AC and stuff like that. Like,
what?
It was a lot of stuff y'all didn't know about. Like, I was going through, and I was just having like a mental break. And then I was just like, when I fought in front of my mom's house, I was like, I gotta move to my dad's house because I'm gonna end up going to jail because I'm about to tell my cousins. And when my cousins and them find out, they're gonna beat your ass, point blank and period.
You already
And
know.
so I moved to Delaware, and then I was just getting to a point where it was like it was still from there, from Jersey going on to Delaware, and I was just like, I gotta get out of here. So that's why I moved to Atlanta. It was just like it was a lot. It was mentally. I was in therapy. I did,
Yeah.
therapy. I was,
It's not a
trying.
bad thing.
Yeah, it's not a bad thing. And I took anxiety medicine and depression medicine, but I never told anybody. I ain't tell my mama, I ain't tell my daddy, I ain't tell nobody. Cause it was just like that person just put me in a mental space that, I couldn't figure out on my own how to handle it or try to express myself or try to even, talk to anybody about it. Because when I do, all I do is kept going right back to it and still get treated the same way. So it's just like I dealt with so much that nobody didn't know, and I'm just like, dang, who can I go to? I don't feel comfortable going to my cousins and them and talking about it. I can't go to my mom and dad and talk to about it. So I'll talk to my friends about it, but it was just like it was enough reassurance, but it wasn't enough for me to sit there and leave. So I would just take it, and that's how I know how to deal with it at times. But I did have to, go to therapy, take depression medicine, anxiety, but it wasn't enough. So I had to remove myself from Delaware and Jersey, and I was like, maybe if I go to Atlanta, I won't ever have to deal with this ever again. And that's what I had to do. It was a lot. It was a lot I dealt with.
Would you say moving to Atlanta was probably one of the better choices you made at that point in time?
At the point in time, yes.
Okay.
Now, no.
Why? Why? I'm
I
curious.
mean, I've been in a relationship for 12 years, it didn't work out, whatsoever. And I've been through a lot through that. And this is my first apartment I ever had and stuff like that. I never had a place of my own. Even in Jersey, I never had a place of my own because I always lived with my dad and my mom.
Mm.
But now actually, I'm almost 40 now. Actually, I'm now actually really just enjoying myself, enjoying my life.
Mm.
Not saying I wasn't before, but
Shit. But you was in
now,
a relationship. You was in a relationship
She
that didn't allow you to fucking do that.
yeah. So it didn't allow me to be my fully potential self. Not saying I couldn't have been before, but it was just a lot. And now that I'm here, I'm doing the things I enjoy to do. I'm really enjoying my life now.
I can tell.
Yeah, cuz on some real shit though, I did not know. I did not know you was going through all that shit, and
It,
you really, you know how tight we been. Like, I don't
I
give a
know,
fuck
but it
what
was
you could
just
have
like,
told me anything. I would have fucking listened. I don't give a fuck about nothing. You my cousin before anything. I just
yeah,
love you just
it
because
was
you my
just that
cousin.
I didn't tell nobody, and it was just like breaking me down to the point where I just couldn't. To be honest, it was at a point where I was just like, I don't even want to live no more because it was just like, what's
Mm.
the point? And it's just like I'm never going to be perfect enough, for a person. And then it was just like a mental thing. And that's why I did therapy and stuff like that, because I had to, figure myself out and just be like, okay, this person's really toxic for me, and this is just not going to work at all.
I want to step in there real quick, and I think we keep hitting on this issue that I think people need to understand. Right, men don't feel like they have people to talk to, and it is a major thing. I get it. Women think that we don't let things out or whatever, but it's like a person will tell you, everybody will tell you, yo, you can come talk to me. And I'm not talking about what y'all just said to each other,
Hmm.
but just in general, people like, yo, man, you can always come talk to me. But a person has to feel like they can. It's like I have to feel like I can let that, like we have to have that relationship.
Hmm.
I'm not gonna go to an uncle that I haven't talked to in years and say, yo, unc, this is what I'm going through. We never had that relationship to begin with. So
Hmm.
that's a thing in the especially in the black male community. Like, yo, when we really got some shit going on with us, we don't want to burden anybody. We don't
Hmm.
want to, and that shit can eat you up from the inside out. And it's something that we all deal with. I know I deal with it. And what you just said kind of hit me because it's like, damn, I don't ever want nobody, especially none of my friends, the people I feel like I'm really close to feel like if I don't if I don't get this out or work this out, then that's it for me. But that's something that we all deal with, and I want to know how to change that, man. I really do.
It's hard, and then like I'll be around y'all all the time, so it was just like I wanted to sit down and just talk to y'all and just like pour my heart out, and Kev would be asking me, brother Kev, like, what's wrong, him? You good? And I just be like, yeah, I'll just put on the face and just keep it pushing, and that's all I did. I just kept it pushing, and it was just like it was hard, and especially you got niggas coming up to me, oh, such and such pulling up to my car, and I get out, I'm not talking. I'll be fighting in AC, like, what's good? And I'm just like, yo, you don't understand. My family will come over here and just like wreck shit. Like,
yeah, we ain't about that talking shit. It's like y'all. I remember being in high school, a nigga said, I remember in high school, a nigga that was in my grade had said something around him. I picked that nigga up off his fucking feet and just threw this nigga underneath the fucking table. Like, nigga, you fucking crazy?
The scoop.
Yeah, no, I picked this nigga. I grabbed this nigga like this and picked this nigga up and went, like, nigga, you fucking crazy?
Yeah,
I'm like, Ryan, you want me to kill this nigga? Ryan was like, nah, let him live. I said, bro, don't talk to my fucking cousin like that. Like, you tripping.
So it's just like, that was toxic for me. And that was one reason why I actually, moved, to Georgia, to get away from all that, because it was just like, I know how else to separate myself from that, because I know I'm going to continue going back, and I know I'm going to continue being hurt and stuff like that. And I was like, I'm not going to deal with all that.
Damn. I didn't know, because I thought you moved to Atlanta like, damn, he just tired of Jersey. Because I remember when you left your mom crib. I didn't, because that's when we was partying. Me and you was in the club.
Oh yeah, we was
every other weekend.
We was in the club, and it just like it'd be the times I'll be wanting to tell you, like, Kev, this is what I'm going on, or I want to tell my brother, or when I see Andre or Kyle or Khalif, and I snapped in front of my mom's house, because me and him was rocking in front of my mom. Calvin had to pull us apart, like we was going at it. Like, I was pissed, and I was like, I can't do this. I'm going to Delaware.
Is that the dude that used to come to your pop's house with the glasses?
Who, Darren?
Yeah.
Yep.
Cause
I missed the name. Never mind. Don't.
Nah, I don't remember the name, but I know the nigga who you talking about, because he used to come. He used to mess with my dad's stepson. Like, he.
Oh no! You talking about that's not him. No.
Oh yeah, because I'm like, I see that nigga. I'm like, I remember you hanging with my cousin. Like, all right, nigga, I ain't paying no attention.
Not him. It was someone else. So it's just like.
What do they name start with?
Well, no, we cool now. We're friends.
What their name start with?
A D, nigga.
D.
Oh, all right. I didn't just say the letter.
I don't give a fuck.
Nigga said the whole name.
They don't have social media, so they don't follow me. So it's all right.
All right.
It's all good.
It's all good.
Can I be candid? Can I be candid with you?
Yeah.
I thought the whole time, and this is from ignorance, I thought that you moved down to Atlanta specifically to be yourself.
Now,
that's what I thought.
It wasn't to be myself. I mean, it was just I had to get myself away, to figure out, because if I would have stayed in Jersey, I know I probably would have continued going, to the point I probably would have told y'all, then y'all would have been like, this been going on this long. We about to whoop.
Right on.
This nigga
and I just moved, and I was just like, I'm with my sister. I still got family down here. I can, be at peace and, finally live my life. Because I know if I continue to stay up in Jersey, I know I'm going to keep going back and forth to the situation, and it's not going to be healthy for me at all.
Damn, like. You know what's fucked up is, like, I don't know why we used to, like, I remember at the time it was like, yo, what was good for me, I didn't want, but that fucking person that just had that dumb ass fucking hold on me.
Yeah, when they got that hold on.
Yeah, I would drop everything. Like, I had a chick, like, I ain't gonna name her name, but every time this motherfucker came calling, like, yo, I would go back thinking that something is gonna fucking change, not knowing I'm gonna be dealing with the same bullshit. It wasn't until up until recent. I'm like, you know what, yo, you
cool. Was stupid.
Yeah, I'm stupid, but you cool where you're at. Like,
to myself,
I ain't got no beef with you, but it never it never works out for us. It never ever worked out for us. I'm
Yeah.
just gonna keep my fucking distance. Live your life. I'm gonna live mine.
You had
Yeah.
to learn that.
You
You
have
had
to
to
learn it
learn
the
it.
hard way, and when you
Yeah.
learn it the hard way, it just like it takes a mental toll on you. And I believe in justify. I know in a lot of black community, going to therapy is like, oh, you just talking to someone. No, that really
I
helps.
need it.
It really helps. It you don't have, not saying Kevin or brother Kevin and all your friends, you could talk to them, but you just have that media person that doesn't know your background, actually listens and actually
Mhm.
puts your life in perspective. Like, here, these are the steps that you need to take. And they have a degree in that background and stuff like that. And I don't knock them for that, because I'll come to them and I'll be pouring out my heart and emotions, and they'll sit there and they'll listen and they'll empathize with you. Not to saying that Kevin don't, or Kev do and stuff like that, but they'll emphasize, but then they'll put that structure into your life and be
Mm-hmm.
like, these are the necessary steps that you need to take in order for you to get back to who you were.
Mm.
Because I just came out of therapy, back in 2020, after I separated. I needed to go in therapy because I said, I don't know how to live on my own. I don't know how to be by myself and stuff like that. So, I just got out of a relationship, and, I have so many emotions and feelings and angers and upsets and stuff like that and disappointments. I had to figure out on my own. So going into therapy, I was in therapy for about like a year and a half. That shit really helps.
Yeah, 'cause speaking of that relationship you was in that time, I remember you telling me about that relationship, and from the outside looking in, I thought everything was
Me too.
golden. Yeah, I was like, all right, cool. Cause you remember I always ask about that person, like, yo, where's such
Hmm.
and such at? Where's such and such at? And that's when you start telling them, like, for real, like they act like that. I'm
I was
like,
like, yo, I gotta be like Raheem and him. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
That's what I
yeah,
was like.
yeah, that's
I gotta
I
have what
mean,
they got.
and I'm like, yo, that's and I'm looking at, yo, that's family. Like, that's it
hmm
always cool. He was always cool when he came around us. But when you start breaking shit down to me, I'm like, word, like, cuz for real?
yeah,
I'm like,
I dealt with a lot in that relationship, and
yeah.
we're cordial now, so we're
That's fine.
cordial, and it's cool. But it's a lot of things that came out of it that I still need to,
You know,
had to get therapy done. Just get my life back in order.
yeah.
Get
You know
back.
what? I applaud that. Not to cut you off, but I applaud that, like that therapy part, because I remember me and Kev had the conversation on here about therapy and how
Hmm.
and if it was important or if it wasn't. And I feel like it's important. And what you said, and I think people need to, I'm going to reiterate it because people need to hear that and understand what you said. That person that you go to therapy with has no bias,
Hmm.
and they also have the tools. You call it steps. I like to say
Hmm.
tools,
Yeah, tools. Yeah, that too.
right, to help you get through what you're getting through. It's stuff that I can't put. If I knew how to do it, I would have done it. I think I'm pretty emotionally smart, right? Emotionally is what I'm saying.
Hmm.
But there's a part that I get to that I'm like, I can't get past that. I don't understand how to get past this. And
Yeah.
there's people who went to school that know how, your brain works and certain things. Like therapy does help. And we need to get
Hmm.
rid of that stigma in the black community.
Nah,
Yeah.
I went to therapy with my ex-wife. Like our relationship was falling apart. And I was like trying to keep that shit together. And in therapy, like I was hearing the nigga advice, and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna apply these fucking steps. It was like when I seen the other motherfucker just like kept resisting and shit, nothing against them, but maybe it was like, yo, I've probably fucked you over too many times or whatever. Like, yo, I'm out. Like, I
Mhm.
already knew where this shit was going. Like, I already been here. When I was with her, bro, my ex-wife and shit, like, I never, I was
Damn,
so,
I'm sorry. Sorry.
nah, I was so fucking depressed. Like, even I wasn't getting haircuts. I wasn't caring how I kept up with my looks, my appearance.
Mm,
Like it got to a point one time, dog, real shit. And this is a fucked up story. I'm gonna tell it anyway. Like
yeah.
I was so depressed. I remember I had bought my gun and I sat my gun on the bed and I was just looking at this bitch. I just kept staring at this motherfucker. I'm like,
Mm.
if I fucking just put this shit to my head and pull the trigger, like nobody would give a fuck. Like who really fucking cares? Like niggas see I'm going through this shit and nobody's fucking and I'm not telling people, but in my mind, I'm thinking people seeing I'm going through this shit and
Hmm.
nobody's stepping in to fucking come help me. Like, why the fuck I gotta be here? Can't people see that I'm fucking stressed the fuck out? not realizing I'm not verbalizing this shit to other people.
And see, that's how I felt. That's exactly how I'm not verbalizing to you. And I see I'll party with y'all. I come hang out at Linda house, have dinners, and I just couldn't get it out. And I was just at the point where just like, well, maybe if I just go, because my family don't care. My family don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
Nobody knows what's going on, with me. And I was just like, forget this. I'll just end this all. Ain't nobody gonna worry about me. It's just me.
It's a fucked up thing. 'Cause I knew where you was.
It
I
is.
know exactly what you talking. You really thinking people knowing what you're going through because they see. I was just like, yo, y'all can't see that. Like I'm fucked up. Like nobody can't tell that I'm
Yeah.
fucked up. I'm not verbalizing. I'm like, y'all should see that I'm fucked up. Like, you don't see this fake ass smile and these fake laughs and this mask I'm putting on. Like, yo, I'm really going through something. Like, I said, fuck it. If I kill myself, who I hate to say it like that, but if I off myself, who gonna fucking care? Like,
That's how
no,
I
like,
felt.
yeah.
Exactly. I know how you feel because I was just like I was at that point. It was just like, what's the point? My family's not gonna care. They just gonna be like, oh, okay, it's just right. But I'm not vocalizing it. I'm not telling y'all. I'm not, pouring myself out. I'm keeping that all inside and bottling, and I'm moving and moving and moving, and not dealing with the situation. And that's why I say when therapy comes into place, like Dre said, they give you the tools and the steps you need to make to be able to better yourself.
Yeah.
And that took me far along because now I'm just out here just living my best life and just doing.
Yo, and I wanted to get to that too. I wanted to say that earlier. All jokes aside, you can literally see that. It's right there. This
Hmm.
this man said he went to therapy, worked some things out. Everything ain't perfect because that's not what it's about.
Hmm.
Look at you can look at this man's Instagram, look at his Facebook. You can see that he's clearly enjoying life. It's not fake. And
Yeah.
I'm dead serious. Like, not even on no playful shit. Like,
Hmm.
there's something about that. There's something there. Because I know a lot of I don't know if you're single or nothing like that. I ain't gonna put that. I don't know. I'm not gonna whether you're single or you're not.
I'm single.
Look, don't look off into the fucking
Maybe I'm saying, motherfucker ain't claim me. Motherfucker ain't claim me yet.
Nobody except for my two dogs.
but the reality of it is we all know people who are maybe in a like even if they're in a relationship or single, whatever. You can see it. They always sad about something. I'm not saying being sad is wrong. Being sad is not wrong, but it's almost like everybody wants the sympathy on Facebook, right?
Yeah.
Like certain people where they're like they're unhappy and they want everybody to know it. It's the opposite. They want everybody to know they're unhappy, and it's like get therapy. You know what I'm saying? Go take the proper steps. Letting it out on Facebook is not going to get you where you want to go.
It's not.
It's hard. It's on some real shit. And I know people in toxic relationship right now that's probably going through the similar shit that we talk. It's hard as fuck to get away from that person because you think you can change them because you want them to make you happy. It's a fucked up.
It's like you see something in them that you know that it's about to come out, but it never comes out. It never changes, and it's just like you're holding on to it. It's like a horse is dragging you down the road, and you waiting for that horse to stop to turn around. Like, hey, nigga, you need to let go. Because I'm still going to go forward. I'm still going to be this same person. I'm still going to keep traveling on. I'm not changing no route, no other steps. You need to let go. And it's just like they'll say, I'm sorry, they'll change for a little bit and then come right back doing the same shit over again. And then it just fucks with you mentally because you like, damn, we doing good for like these past couple weeks, and then you go right back doing the same thing over again. Then you have to remind them, well, you did this again. Then they stop for a little bit, come back over again. And that just really just mentally just starts breaking to tear you down because you're holding on to that horse that is still running and not looking back at all. And that horse is just still trotting along, going through bumps, bushes, rocks, water, and you're still holding on. And as soon as you let go of that, and that horse is going to just keep going, but you're going to stop. You're going to realize that you're not hurting no more. You're not going through no more pain, and you're not dealing with the same situation.
I got two things. Number one, I don't know if you're smart because you're saying some shit that's like fucking blowing my mind right now. Like it's really hitting home. I don't know if it's just that you're smart or that you got glasses on, and I believe everything you say. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, yo, he got glasses. You know, niggas with glasses, you just automatically assume they just know everything. I don't know if it's because of that or, you know, damn. I forgot the last one. Damn, it was gonna be something good too. I shouldn't have made the joke first. I should have just chose what I was gonna say. Fuck,
Nah, but
forgot.
But like you were saying though, like
damn, it was gonna be something good.
That's facts. And another thing I hate, man, like I try not to do is when you carry that fucking toxicity into your next relationship and you try to get back at the next person from what the previous person fucking did to you. Because I've been in a lot of relationships where a motherfucker is still holding on to that past shit and want to bring that shit into the new shit and make you go through like, yo, give that energy to the motherfucker that deserved it. Don't give it to me. Like, I don't got time for that shit. Like,
which is true, but you have to fail to realize when you're going into a new relationship, and this is just what I learned as far as that you don't go into too much expectation. As they say with the red flags, if you already see the same flags or already see the same scenario that you previously gone through, and it's not saying, oh, I'm gonna give you 3 months to see how it's gonna work. I'm gonna give you this. You don't put a time expectation on it. But if you already seen the same things as your previous relationship, that's when you have to start taking a step back from yourself and from them too as well, because obviously you already seen this pattern, and they're like, hey, you know, I've been through this, because you're going to have a conversation of your previous relationship. You don't always want to bring that toxicity over to your new relationship, because that's going to cause more issues, because they're going to be like, well, damn, what did I do to you? But you always have to sit back and be mindful and watch and be like, okay, I see this the same thing going through my last relationship. Let's talk about it. Let's, you know, try to, you know, get to, you know, a common ground. You know, I didn't like that, you know. And if they're not accepting that or acknowledging that, and they're still doing that, then it's time to say, hey, you know what? I think we're just better off as friends, because I don't see this going anywhere between us two and stuff like that. Because that's going to bring a lot of frustration to you, because you're going to have a relapse from your previous relationship, and you probably gonna act out and cuss them out, or, you know, do something, you know, that, you know, you wanted to do from your previous past to this person. And even though it may not be fair to them or they may not deserve it, but in a simple way, it's just like, hey, I'm not dealing with this, and I don't have to deal with it, because I don't have to take it.
Yeah,
Point blank.
That's facts. It's facts, because you will take out your fucking aggression on the new person, and they might have it might have been a one-off thing for them, and they'll probably never do it again. But you just like, you just got all this like, motherfucker, I was waiting for this chance.
Like, look, this is my second try.
You gonna catch it. You gonna catch it. It's fucked up, man. It's fucked up. I see a lot of females that go through that shit, like. Be like, damn, like, yo, what kind of relationship was you in? I remember I had a chick one time. I was dealing with her and shit, and we would get into arguments and shit, and it would just be an argument, and we'd get like, it'd get real like argumentative. And she'd be mad, like she'd get off my face, and I just grab her and push her away. And this bitch hit me one time. Well, my last nigga hit me. If you don't hit me, you don't love me.
Bye.
Bro, I said, yo,
what?
I said, bitch, I gotta put you through a refrigerator to let you know I love you. Oh, I like, yo, I don't know what kind of toxic shit you was in before. I don't put my hands on no motherfucking female. That's not love. That's just some fucked up ass shit that you think is love. I'm like, yo, I cut it. Like that toxic relationship I was talking about going back and forth with, I kind of cut her off, but it was like, yo, what was kept going back to this motherfucker, but this motherfucker had this same mentality. They better now, they a better person now, but back then it was like, yo, it's crazy. I'm not naming.
Yeah, don't name names. I finally figured out what I wanted to say earlier, and it's going to seem like it's completely off, but the point that I was going to go in is I have a theory about people, and I feel like they never change. So like, I think two things trigger change in people, and forgive me if I don't have this idea worked out, but this is how I feel. I feel like a traumatic experiences change you, or, you know, like death or something like that, or you just finally get it. Like in your brain, you just get it. Like you have an epiphany. Okay. But anything other than that, whatever you tell a person every day, hey man, stop fucking eating a whole jar of peanut butter. If that person eating peanut butter every day since you met them, chances are they might stop for a week,
Yeah.
right? And then they're going to go back to eating peanut butter every day.
Yeah.
That's how people are. So I think we all need to like, listen, if you got to change a person, you won't.
You can't change a person
It's
because
impossible.
they're set in, and majority of people are set in their ways.
There you go.
They're set in their ways, and it's like how can I put this in perspective? It's just like my grandpa always used to tell me, you can lead a horse to the water, but you can't make them change. You can try to show a person a better way in life or a better way on how to be in a relationship, but you can't make them do it. They're going to treat you, and I learned this, people are going to love you on how the way they were loved.
Mm-hmm.
So they don't know the language of love. For one, that's one thing. You have to find your language of love. Two, it's always communication. And it's three, it's understanding each other. Because once you learn all those, mainly some of those three facts, you can, build it. But you can't change a person, because if they don't know how to be loved, how are they going to love you?
That's facts.
Yeah, you definitely a doctor, bro.
Yeah.
Come on, dog.
That's
Come on.
facts. That's facts, though. I used to.
Wow.
I tell my girl now, like, yo,
That's crazy.
you got to be happy in order for us to be happy. I can't make you happy.
Correct.
You have to be happy on your own. If you're not happy on your own, how are you gonna fucking express or give me happiness? It don't.
Mm-hmm.
That shit don't translate. It don't. Because
Yeah.
why you fucking miserable inside? You can't give somebody happiness. It's like, yo, you give them how you feeling. You might say something, it might come off fucked up, but it's just like that's the way they're feeling right now.
Yeah,
If you was happy, you would give a good vibe off. Like that shit is real.
it's
Yeah.
real, because a person that doesn't know, that hasn't been loved, and Kevin, Andre, we all came from a big family. We all had that love because we're always in the community of our parents being there for us. Even though we'll fall or something, like you need to suck it up. But if a person doesn't hasn't been loved, and it all starts from being in childhood, growing up, and that'll dictate a person how to show love, because we always been given love through our grandparents, through our moms, through our uncles and aunts and stuff like that. They all showed us love and how to be showed. When a person doesn't know how to uh love, because they never been loved, and then they're just showing you, they're doing what they know what's best for them to be able to express it to you.
Right.
And it's not right for you, because you're like, well, hey, this is not right. But then it was like, well, this is all I know. Either you can take it or leave it.
Yeah. Because
Leave it.
it be people that have
Leave it.
that have like you said, like you learn from your parents and shit, that seen their mom constantly get cheated on by their
Mm-hmm.
dad, and their mom always will go back, and they confuse the bad times with the good times. All that shit just blends. When you're a kid, all that shit just blends into everything. You know what I mean? It just all mashes up. So they thinking like, all right, yeah, my dad cheats and he does my mom bad. But I also remember the times where we had the good time at the amusement park, or Christmas was good, or Thanksgiving is good, not knowing that your mom is fucking crying in another room on the day of Christmas because your dad just fucking, went to go see his other kids that he had outside his relationship. But you
Yeah.
think all this shit is good. So you take that shit in your next relationship. Like, yeah, my dad cheated, but my mom was happy. No, she wasn't. Your mom put a front on for you as a child to see it, so you wouldn't have to experience the shit she was going through. But
Yeah.
you just think that is fucking normal when it's really not.
Some
Yeah.
people learn the opposite from that.
Yeah.
I've seen certain things growing up, in my life that, it, I'm just gonna leave it there. And I learned the opposite. So maybe I'm a little, when it comes to what I got going on, I'm very understanding.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very like, I definitely don't put these on nobody. I don't do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like a lot of that shit. So I learned a lot from what I seen the opposite way.
Love you,
You
dog.
get what I'm saying? Like, and I think
Yeah,
that may be how I've always learned. I've had cousins who've been in the street. I've had cousins who've been locked up. I've had, yeah, we got a dog. Fuck you looking at? I've seen that happen. I've literally just went the other way.
yeah.
So a lot of people learn differently as well.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people do learn differently, well, but it's just like the majority of the people. I'm not saying for everybody. Everybody loves different. Everybody has a different love language. Everybody takes perspective on how they think love should be and how they should treat people. But it's just that part where you have to come into the media. This is what I don't like. This is what I do like. And then once it becomes that you let that majority person take over, that point, and it becomes that toxic because you're like, I'm not happy with you doing this, I'm not happy with you saying this to me, I'm not happy with you just treating me this way. But at the end, you're staying with them because you're thinking, you're still holding on to thinking that person's going to change.
Self-worth
You
is
know
what
what
it
I?
comes down to. Self-worth.
Yeah,
Hmm.
that analogy you was bringing. I remember seeing a meme like that. A person fucking had a rope that was just they was holding on to, and it just kept fucking hurting them, but they wouldn't let
Yeah,
go of that rope. When they finally let go of that rope, the pain went away.
yeah, the pain went away.
You gotta learn to let go.
That's all you got to do. When you're in that toxic relationship, you just have to learn to let go. And that's when you have to do your self healing for yourself. And then that's when you're going to know what you want on your next relationship, and you know what you're not going to accept and you're not going to allow.
Yeah. And some people after a while, like Dre was saying earlier, they change. Like they see they was toxic, and they know they lost somebody good. They like, you know what? They'll come and apologize to you, and they be like, when you see them in a new relationship, it's like some of them people you be happy for. Sometimes you will be jealous and envious of like, yo, that's all I ever wanted from you.
Mm.
Was you to
Yeah.
fucking do what you're doing now. But then you gotta look at that shit like, you know what? It's cool. That person growing as a person, like I'm glad, I love this person. I'm glad to see they grown as a person. I can't be too fucking mad at it. I do gotta have some empathy for him. Like I understand we went through our bullshit, but I guess we both went through our bullshit to be better persons,
Hmm.
people for the next person we're gonna be with.
Yeah,
It
that is
just
true.
it happens that
It
way.
happens, and you just be like, I'm going to whoop your ass because you couldn't. I,
Bitch, all this
I
shit you
went
put me
through
through.
trials and motherfucking tribulations, and here you go, just being the most. Just,
Yep. That's what we all doing. Sad to say, but yeah, you're right. You'd be like, motherfucker, but that's what we all doing. We all learning to be better people, and not just for other people, for ourselves. And
yeah,
guess what? The way they did you, and the way you left them, or whatever happened, might be what made you. It could be a friend. Like the way you stopped fucking with them made them say, "Damn." I think we all will benefit if we look in the mirror
Yeah.
for a lot of shit. Like if
mm,
something happens, I usually say, okay, well, what the fuck really happened? Did I fuck that? Like if God forbid anything ever happened with us, I'm gonna say, all right, well, what did I do? Like I'm
yeah,
gonna try to figure it out. Like what did I do and what can I improve on? You know what
mm,
I'm saying? How didn't I take care of this or how didn't I do this? Because we all make mistakes and we all have a part. And I think when you accept shit like that, then really what the other person doesn't matter too much. Even how they move forward doesn't matter too much in the long run. You
hmm,
just figure out like, okay, this is how I become better, and this is what I'm gonna give the next person. Next person about to get some shit, and they don't even
yeah,
know it. They're about to get some shit. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? That's how I feel.
That's true.
Yeah,
Damn. So we're gonna wrap this shit up, man. It's been, I
this is
don't want to take
good.
it
This is
was a
really
good
good.
this is fucking therapy because a lot of us didn't know what a lot of us was going through, man. And it's
Yeah,
just I'm just hopefully the people that hear this and listen to this shit, like, yo, man, like you said, cuz get some therapy. Your family, yo, it is family that will listen. I know you don't think they don't listen, but you gotta verbalize that shit. They can't see your problems, but verbalize it to them, man. It's all right to talk about it. It'll help you out in the long run. And to you
hmm,
toxic motherfuckers out there that are the toxic person, like Dre said, take a chance, step back, look in the mirror, and say, you know what, motherfucker, it's really me. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Which is me.
It's very that's
Take
super valid.
it's that point of taking accountability on yourself. And
Yeah.
once you take that and be like, well, damn, I'm the problem. Let me fix this. That's all you got to do. It's not hard at
Nah,
all.
nah, 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 nah.
Very simple.
Yeah. So we're gonna wrap this up, man. Hey Raheem, I hope my fucking 49ers kick your Cowboys ass today.
I'm getting ready to get dressed to go to a bar so I can watch this because the Cowboys don't make it. I'm switching teams.
Oh shit!
Because they pissing me
Wow.
off. They pissing me off. I'm praying.
I know
I'm
we
praying.
dated this episode with that, but we just had to say it.
No, well, my team already in the NFC Championship, so it's all good.
Who, the Eagles?
Yeah, and we'll face whoever wins between y'all. So it's all good.
Right.
I'm not an obnoxious Eagles fan, so you ain't gotta worry about
man.
me being an asshole.
Well, no, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go put on my jersey and my fitty and head out.
All right, man. Listen, y'all enjoy y'all evening, man. I love y'all. Y'all know I love everybody that's here today. Like always, peace, man.
All right, y'all. Love you.
I'll see
y'all in a couple.